Welcome back to the finish line. So it's Royal Ascot time this time of the year, and we're going to get straight into it with the Queen Anne. So the lineup is Rhododendron 11 to 4, Ben Battle 4s, Recolots at 5s, Lightning Spear 8s, Duval 14s, and Bigger the rest. So the one we start off with was the 11 to 4 favourite Rhododendron. So she beat Lightning Spear last time at Newbury, a short head. But I think she's been prepped very well for this, and I think she's the one they all have to beat. Ryan Moore was very nice with her, very calm, and didn't give her an overly hard race, but she still seemed to win very cosily at the end. I still don't think we've seen the best for her yet, and I think she's going to shine now here on Tuesday, first race at Royal Ascot. And also ones to take out of it would be Ben Battle. He's a Group 1 winner in Maidan, but the form of that Group 1 is very questionable. It's not wanting a strong Group 1. So he has a lot to find, I think, even though he is set in favourite 4 to 1 at the moment. French raider Recolets. He's trained by Christian Lafon. He's French. He's 5 to 1 shot. He won Group 1 over in France the last time, and he won it very nicely. He's 2 from 2 this season, seems to be improving a lot. I think he's the danger to Rhododendron. But I think he was also 4th at Ascot in the Champion Stakes to Craftsman last year. But I think the better ground is suiting him much better, and I think it's going to be between Rhododendron and Recolets. So all in all, I think Rhododendron will win. Recolets will be fighting it out. I think Lightning Spear can improve again. He's very unlucky not to beat Rhododendron in the end, but a good ride by Ryan Moore seeing it through. So I think it's between them. One at a bigger price would be Beat the Bank, Andrew Balling's runner. He's 16 to 1 at the moment. I see him running a big race. He was very good last year, and I think back to better ground after his first run now. I think he should run a big race. One that I don't think should be in this race at all, they're trying to make a miler out of him. He's just not, is Lamato. He's 6 furlong, 7 furlong at best. His best form is all down at that trip, and he's in the wrong race, if you ask me. So there's nothing else in it I really like. It's not rocket science. I know she's a favourite, but I think she's by far the best horse in the race. So for the Queen Anne, I'm gone for Rhododendron. So next off, we go to the Coventry Stakes, Group 2 over 6 furlongs. So I think they had this down to a 2-horse race in Aidan O'Brien's Sergei Prokop and John Goslin's Calyx. So Sergei Provorov came with a big reputation. He got beat on his debut at Dundalk, Ferry Green, and after that he went on to win one at Naas and one at Navan, and won them very, very impressively. Looked like a very, very good horse. A horse that was also in that maiden that he got bet was the Irish Rover, who went on to win a maiden, the Newbury Stakes a few weeks ago, and he won that very, very well. So the form of that maiden, even after getting bet, is stacking up well already. And there's nothing but good vibes coming out of Aidan O'Brien's all week about this. This could be their best shot. Saying that about a 2-year-old having his 4th run is huge. The challenger will be John Goslin's second time out runner in Calyx. First time out, won green as grass, but he kept pulling away. A high head carriage, but I think that was just down to greenness. And John Goslin's been ranting and raving about this, the son of Kingsman, all week, and I think this is going to be one of the best races of the week with these two going head to head against each other. The one I like at a bigger price I just mentioned a few minutes ago is the Irish Rover. Again, he was just behind Sergei in Dundalk. I think he's improved again. He fluffed his lines at Ascot in his first run of the season, where he's 1 to 7 on or something like that. He was last to 4, but he seemed to learn a lot from that. He broke better. Ryan Moore got him in a better position, and he learned how to race. He came through horse and he powered up. So I think he could run his better odds at 14-1. So at the end of it, I'd go for Aidan O'Brien's Sergei Povrock. I probably didn't pronounce that right, but anyway. He's currently 9-4. So next on to the King Stands. So this is for the absolute bullet of horses. So the market right now is Lady Aurelia 15-8, Batash 9-4, Blue Point 8, Catchy 8, Washington DC 16 is bar the rest. So it looks on paper a match between Batash and last year's winner Lady Aurelia. I think Batash is an absolute bullet. His performance on Shanty last year, when he beat Marcia 4.5 lengths, was breathtaking. I never seen a horse to run so fast in my life. Jim Crowley furling it out was looking through his legs thinking, what the hell is going on here? So I think the only thing when he plays up, if he doesn't play up and doesn't get worked up, I think he's going to be impossible to catch. Even though Lady Aurelia is a very, very class horse in her own right, I just think this thing is a bull and it will absolutely gallop him into submission. I'm not going to spend much time on it because I just think Batash is head and shoulders above anything in this. One at a bigger price, Catchy. If it was run at Kempton, at Chester, around Ben's, I think he'd run a huge race. I think they should bring him over to America for the Breeders' Cup and he'd run a huge race in the sprint. Another one would be Washington DC. Always seems to run a huge race in Group 1s. He needs Group 1 pace, but he's just not that good enough to win it. So I think Batash at 9-4, it's a fair price. You're taking that he won't act up at the start. But if you don't like the way he acts, just watch it before in the parade running. If he's acting normal, acting grand, then get on him. So the King Stand, I'm going for Batash to beat Lady Aurelia. So next we go to the St. James's Palace. So the lineup is Without Parole 11-4, Romanized 5s, Tip to Win 5s, US Navy Flag 6, Wotan 7s, Gustav Klimt 8s and 10s bar. So we have the 2000 Guineas second in Tip to Win, the Irish Guineas winner in Romanized, and the Irish 2000 Guineas second in US Navy Flag. But yet, none of them are the favourite. The favourite is Without Patrol at 11-4. Why? I don't know. It's won a Lister race at Sandown as the last race and he won it by 3/4 of a length. He needs to find a bundle of improvement to beat these. They might look best on paper, like Roman, I thought was his second winning the 2000 Guineas. Tip to Win is a very, very good horse. He was a clear second to name's gone out of my head now. Saxon Warrior at Newmarket. How this fella's 11-4 and the rest are 5s and 6s is beyond me. I think US Navy Flag. If you look at US Navy Flag last year, every race he ran, he got better and better and better and better. The more he races, the better he is. I think if they let him loose on the front end, they will not catch him. On rattling fast ground, he's going to be really hard to catch. I can't have Without Patrol on what he's done. I'd be on US Navy Flag or Tip to Win. Solid form, rock solid form. If Saxon Warriors didn't run in the Derby, Tip to Win will be favourite. Just because Saxon Warrior blew out the Derby, didn't get a proper run, probably didn't stay the trip. I'd have it between the two of them. US Navy Flag and Tip to Win. The reason I think US Navy Flag will turn the form at Romanized because of the racing, the way he races and gets better and better as he goes on through the year. So I'd have Tip to Win, second to US Navy Flag, and one's at a bigger price. Martin Means Chilean at 20-1. One first time up in France, was fourth the next time. I think he could outrun his odds of 20 to 1. It's a huge price for him. So at the end of that, I'd go US Navy flag and tip to win. And I'd lay without patrol all day. So next up is the Ascot Stakes. So this is huge 20 odd runner, no it's not, 18 runner race, 18-19. So I've narrowed this down to jumps trainers. Jumps trainers have an unreal record in this race, and Willie Mullins runs 5 in it. And I think the pick of it will be Whiskey Sour. He's very classy hurdler, has improved all through the season. He has a grade 1 to his name. He has top weight, but I think he's the class to win this. And Christoph Soumillon is on board, and I think he could easily nurse him into it and get him up on the line. Another one of Willie Mullins will be Mary Deave, coming off the back of a win and big handicap hurdle at Punchestown. I think he could run a huge race as well, along with Hemi de Bromhead's David Bry. He doesn't send horses over to Ascot for this. This could be his first runner at Royal Ascot, for all I know. But he doesn't send horses for the sake of running them. He's 12 to 1, 25 to 1. But at the end, I think Whiskey Sour at the moment is 10 to 1. I think he could run a huge race, and I think he'd be my idea of the winner. So that's a quick run through of Royal Ascot, lads. So again, the next day will be day 2. So give us a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.